Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is the second annual Sony press conference E3 extra. This is our third one.
You're doing so well. You're doing so good.
Our Sony E3 press conference reaction video / audio / is hot. I'll remember to introduce myself this time.
Is heat stroke setting in?
Yeah.
My body's starting to eat my brain because it's lost everything.
Where am I?
So I am Mike Carnett. To my right is Mike Steak-Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left is Art A3 Rosian. He has the same nickname in all three of these videos.
Not happy about it.
All three of the videos.
I feel shortchanged.
We have three videos because we have the Sony one we're recording right now. We just finished a Microsoft one, and previous to that, we did the third party, which was Bethesda, Ubisoft, and EA.
And Capcom.
Capcom, man.
No.
We'll be talking about Capcom in a minute. We'll be talking about Capcom.
We're getting into Capcom.
We'll be talking about Capcom's copyright.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got all three. We got all three videos gonna be posting up on Tuesday. Hopefully, this is basically the day after all the press conference is finished. Videos later in the week, depending on life. We'll get there eventually.
I'll get them as soon as possible. But we do have the videos of the live reactions from all the conferences up right now on YouTube. So go check them out.
Yeah, with a mix of guests and online stuff and all kinds of fun stuff.
That's right. Good time.
Yeah, very. It
was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good. All right, so the way we're going to do this, we're going to basically break down the Sony press conference announcement by announcement. Steak has lovingly cataloged the entire press conference, so we can kind of go over thing by thing and go from there. So
glad someone did it. I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
So how did it start off? How did Sony kick off their E3 press conference?
So they started off with more music.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the live stream. I really thought it was Journey 2. I really did. Like based on the music and the sand, like, oh my god, this is Journey 2.
Yeah,
the
vibe
music
made
and
sense.
the sand or waterfalls or whatever the
It was always raining.
There was a lot of rain. There's a lot of raining in this.
Everyone was in a splash zone in there.
Yeah, but showed off
splash zone right now.
Showed off a new trailer for Uncharted: Lost Legacy, coming out soon. So yeah, not much more to say about it. Looks cool.
Yep, there's more Uncharted, so I'm in.
Yep,
it's looking like more of a game and self-contained story than I expected.
It is a 10-hour experience. It's a 10-hour game.
It's a standalone,
which is not much shorter than a full game.
Yeah, and it has. They said it has whatever one of the areas is like the biggest area they've ever had in an Uncharted game. So like it's actually going to be it's a game, man.
I mean, I know
charging $40 for it.
I know they were releasing it as a standalone. I know they're charging $40 for it, but it's like when they first announced it, I was picturing it's going to be kind of like the infamous Last Light.
Oh yeah.
Where it was a couple hours, but this seems like it's full standalone story, which is interesting.
And it looks like Naughty Dog stuff, which I'll take that all day.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll play it at some point.
Then after that, they showed off Horizon Zero Dawn, The Frozen Wilds, coming in 2017. Yep. Expansion / DLC, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was like an expansion, actually.
Yeah, it looked like a
little more than DLC.
A new area.
Is it a story expansion, or did they really get into that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It from the trailer, you could tell it totally is story based.
Yeah, I mean they have some snowy areas in the normal Horizon, but nothing like that. Like it looked like a deep snow. Like you're in the mountains. Yeah. So hey, I'm all for more Horizon. I said I put 60 hours into that thing. I'll put more into it gladly. I don't know how much it is. I don't know what it is yet, but like I'm on board for it.
I need to get back to that at some point.
It's so good. They showed the super special armor in the trailer too. It's like I had that armor.
Then after that, they went into another gameplay video for Days Gone. For me, some mixed reviews on that, mixed reactions on that. It seemed kind of boring. Some cool stuff happened though throughout it. Like there was a neat part, like the part where he took down the wall, and then the mob of zombies or whatever they are called, they just went and attacked everybody and like the whole camp. It was like, holy shit, that was fucking awesome. So there's some parts like that were really cool, but for the most part, I don't know, it seems kind of boring.
It looked a little plotting, and like I said in the live stream too, it felt very derivative of some other Sony products, like the hiding in bushes, the throwing of rocks.
I saw a lot of stuff that looked very much like Horizon.
It looked a lot like Horizon, and
with
even
zombies.
Yeah, and then even like the portion where you blow up that wall in the demo, where they blew up the wall and those zombie, whatever they call it, and they end up attacking the other humans. Like you could do that in the Last of Us expansion, the Left Behind expansion, where you would basically you would use environments and sounds and things like that to have the zombies attack the other human beings. I mean, it had the same like in your face brutality, like human on human that Last of Us had too. So, I mean, it looked okay, it looked fine, but like it felt like I've already done all the cool stuff in other games already.
Yeah.
Yep. Then after that, kind of a, I guess it was leaked a couple days ago. I didn't see it though, that it was leaked. So this was kind of a nice surprise for me. Monster Hunter World is coming early 2018. I guess it has been confirmed it's also coming out for Xbox One and PC.
Cool.
And it sounds like cross-platform potentially play as well.
I have no idea how Monster Hunter works.
Basically, so you
hunt monsters.
Yeah. Oh. So you take down all these all these small monsters and everything,
Jeez.
and you're basically hunting and gathering supplies and all this stuff to craft new weapons, craft new armor, all that kind of stuff. And then your big major thing is to take down this giant monster of this area.
Okay.
Like you saw like in the trailer.
So
that's the big boss of that area kind of thing. But there's a lot of monsters that size and like that big.
Dang.
Like
that was nuts.
So the mini bosses are not much smaller than those type of things as well. It's insane. It's super like just addictive, the type of gameplay, like the loot and everything, creating new armor and all this, and upgrading your armors and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of like that Token 2 I've been playing. It's like that style. But yeah, the fact that we're getting a new Monster Hunter on like newer consoles, that it's not Nintendo, is pretty impressive, and it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Then after that was a really interesting one. Shadow of the Colossus coming in 2018.
Man, when they first showed that, I was like, man, I hope it's a new one. And then
I know that game has kind of a cult following. I'm not sure how big of an audience that has to justify them.
Do we need
remaking
it again? Because like I was talking about Mike, like they came out with the HD version of it for PS3, which was cool. Like also got the and everything like that. And then they showed this off, which like we were saying
doesn't look that different.
Doesn't look that much better, honestly. Like it looks better, but not that much better at all than the HD. Everyone else online is going like, "Oh my god, it looks so good." But also, do we need this again?
If it was like a ground up, redone,
rebuild,
new areas, like redone controls, because it needs that.
Yeah,
like
which it might be.
It didn't look like it though.
No,
it looked like the exact same game.
Yeah.
And after I made my comment here about is there really an audience to justify remaking this? I think to myself, is there really an audience to justify remaking the Crash games?
Yeah.
I mean,
they're really digging
somewhere
into their old stuff between like Ratchet, Crash, Loco Roco just came out, Parappa just came out again, Crash, like you just said. Like they're really coming back into those older ones. This is just an odd choice, I think. It is an older game. I think it's like 15 years old at this point.
Yeah.
So like I can kind of see that, and I'm sure it's going to sell on name alone for some people who have never played it before or just nostalgia based. But like I don't know. I don't know if it needs to exist.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I think it's a real weird one. Then after that, we got into Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Showed off a whole bunch of new characters. Gamora, Thanos. Who else did they show off? Dante.
Yep.
Hulk.
I don't remember.
Best part was the end of the trailer when Dante threw Rocket his guns.
Yeah.
Ooh, Emily and Ivory.
That's dance.
That was awesome.
That was really good.
September 19th is when that's coming out. Oh, and you can download the story demo now.
Yep.
Which is cool.
There's only like download it now moment, I think, in this entire like any of these conferences.
Which is surprising. Usually it's like later tonight. Or, you know what? Nintendo's really good about that though. So tomorrow, so during Nintendo's, it might be interesting.
That's true too.
Speaking of which, Nintendo's we'll get into in our next actual show. We'll have reactions to that. Then after that, they showed off Call of Duty World War II coming out November 3rd. Looks great. I won't play it. Maybe get that in the bargain bin.
It's World War II.
For the story mode.
I'll play story at some point.
Yep.
We'll never take that game online. Granted, I don't know. I think I've finished watching their whole presentation on that. I think I was getting ready to pack up and head out, or internet crapped out or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't remember much of it, but did they show anything about the zombie mode in that?
No.
It was pretty much. It looked like just like single player. And but it wasn't really story. It was just like things exploding and running and
things exploding, running through trenches.
Yeah. It wasn't much else. That was all it was. And then we get into a surprisingly big VR section.
Yeah.
So the first thing they showed off was Skyrim VR.
Shocking.
Which that's awesome.
I can't
That's
believe,
amazing.
Like, Bethesda is putting Fallout and Doom on like the Vive and Oculus and stuff like that. I mean, they might put this on there too, but like, that was I was shocked when it ended up being Skyrim for the VR. for PSVR.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I mean, that's just crazy. And that's awesome. That's really awesome. Like I said, I mean, those games tend to not to be my thing just because of the way they play and everything like that. But I will totally give that a run because that world is just amazing.
And like I said,
the games are great.
Yeah, the coolest thing about VR is like when you really get the scope of how big things are. And like the very first time like a dragon flies over you in Skyrim, I can't imagine.
Oh god, yeah.
Just like the panic.
Looking up.
Like, yeah, like that's way bigger than I remember.
First time you're fighting a dragon.
Yeah, like I can't
that's gonna be insane.
Or just like walk into like to the big city, like the bigger cities they have and the bigger towers. Like I can't. I think that would be the coolest portions of that game. But I think it'd be just absolutely vomitorium the whole time too, because I'm just spinning around you gotta do. And
again, it's Bethesda. I'm confident they'll figure out a way to make that work.
Yeah. You get tangled in the wires before you vomited.
After that, they showed Star Child for VR, which looked like a pretty cool, interesting
that 2D platformy. Maybe you get into a giant mech. We don't know.
Yep. Then after that, showed Supermassive's new game for VR called The Impatient. It's gonna be creepy as
looks
fuck.
I just read something on Twitter here that's supposed to be a prequel to Until Dawn.
What?
Awesome.
Set 60 years before Until Dawn.
I thought that wasn't Until Dawn when I saw it. Like when they first showed it, I thought that's what it was.
Oh, that's freaking cool.
That's why I was on my phone now. I was just going through tweets, seeing if anything new had been announced since.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pretty awesome.
It really looked awesome. So I'm super pumped, even more so for that game now. After that, they showed off Monsters of the Deep, Final Fantasy 15 VR coming September 2017. Is the only one that gave us an actual date. It's the fishing mode. You're fishing.
Oh, great.
So it looks like they got rid of the prompt 2 mode where you're actually in battle, like with the guns and stuff. Looks like now it's just fishing.
Fishing simulator.
Simulator in VR.
Yep. Great.
Yeah.
I mean,
it better just be a free update for the game.
At least you don't gotta wake up at 4 a.m. and go out on a boat or some shit.
Yeah, sure.
Nature.
Like I said, as long as it's a free update, I'm all about it. So I can try it out and just see. I'm sure it'd be kind of fun for a couple hours, and that'll be it. If even a couple hours.
I was saying, a couple hours, huh?
That's pushed. That might be pushing it. After that, then we get another supermassive VR game, Bravo Team, which looked more like a World War type game.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it looks like a cover.
Like
it was
Black
first
Hawk
person.
Down
it was an FPS type.
Yeah.
It looked interesting. I don't know what it is.
It looked pretty interesting. Then after that, we got Moss, which was like a another. This is the final VR game. Basically, it's a rat going through these different levels, and then there's like this orb. I'm assuming you're playing as God, basically, and you're helping the rat get through the levels. You're pulling down things. You're moving bridges and stuff for him so he can continue on the level and things like that. Handing him weapons and stuff to use in battle and stuff like that. What kind of was interesting. It looked actually a lot of fun.
This is a thought. This kind of like really highlights. Like I love these press conferences where it's just like video, which is really great. But I said this last year too. I still miss like half the time we're just like, well, we think it's this, or we think it's gonna be this, or we gotta look at the press conference or the press release that happens after the conference to know what's going on with half of these games.
Right.
Like I do miss the portion of that where it's just like, tell me what the game is and why I
give
care.
A quick summary,
as opposed to just
a
video, because the video doesn't mean anything. The video could be anything.
Right.
So that's just a side note. That being said, that mouse game did look kind of fun.
Yeah. But again, out of all of those VR games, the Final Fantasy is the only one they gave us September.
Yeah.
Everything else, no date. Once again, Sony is not giving us.
But I'm saying, like,
for a lot of this shit.
I bet there's a press release out there that has a bunch of that stuff on there.
That's true. I'll have to look.
I think that's what Sony did last year. After the conference, a list went out of all the games, and most of them said like 2018, 2018,
I hate that shit. I just don't like that. Just tell me, show me. So then after that, we got some new God of War footage, which looked absolutely incredible. And it is not coming in November like the leak had. That was an amazing Photoshop job. It is going to be early 2018. So the typical February, March release date that God of War have always had.
That looked awesome.
And that looked amazing, though.
And it looks like you're going to be... I really thought when they showed that originally, like, you're going to be playing as Kratos for the first portion of it, and then probably taking over as a kid later on. Looks like it's going to be you and the kid the whole way. Like, it looks like he's going to be, like, your companion the entire
There was
way.
that one part where it looked like you were just the kid for a little bit.
Yes.
But that's... I mean, I kind of expect that them venture off or something. But... Yeah, it's pretty much going to be them together this whole mission.
Man, that looks so nuts. And
the combat looked different. It looked like more like a Dark Souls kind of combat. Obviously not hard, but the way it works, though.
And just like the story elements that they kind of like let you in on too. Just like the relationship you're building with know, your son and then whoever that woman was too. I don't know if that was his mother or just another character.
Baby mama.
Yeah, and like talking about like how Kratos used to be, like his past, and he came across a clay pot that had like Kratos on it, you know, and these new gods, like these new people, these new gods don't like people intruding on their space. Once they find out who you are, they're gonna come for you. Like I thought that's just such a cool way to progress the story. Unbelievably excited for that one.
Yep. After that, we got some more Detroit Become Human footage, more gameplay footage. That looks another one that looks absolutely incredible. Every time they show up, more and more,
it looked
more and more excited.
last year too.
Yeah, I keep getting more and more excited. That one, again, no date
Shit or get
at
off the pot.
all.
Well, that was last year. So like,
why could you just put 2018 up there? Like, we all know it's probably most likely coming out in 2018. Just at least for my heart's sake, put 2018 just so I know. Okay, next year, like it's coming next year, because it might not be 2018 at this point. It could still be 2019. And this is insane.
Yeah.
Well, that whole Sony's practice on doing that, it goes back to something I have to do at work all the time. Like the first day of my job, I was told most important thing when you're dealing with customers, set proper expectations.
Sure.
So if I tell someone their shit's going to be fixed in an hour and suddenly it's going to take 4 hours, they're pissed.
Yeah.
If I tell someone I don't know, I'll let you know as soon as I know something, not as pissed. If I tell them it's going to take 4 hours and it takes me 2, they're thrilled.
Yeah.
So I mean, and these companies, they don't want to sit there and tell you, oh, it's going to be out in 2019 when they plan on it being out, first quarter of 2018. So I get why they don't do that. Yes, it's frustrating for us because with all the hype around E3, we want something to grasp onto.
Yeah, exactly.
But I get why they don't do it.
No, that makes sense.
There's no blowback now for them saying, they missed a date.
We talked about it on the stream too. I'm really curious to see how much variation you can really have in the stories, because like when there's the instance they show in this demo, it's like you either start a riot or you abort the mission completely.
And when you start a fucking riot.
But like when you start the riot, you're also starting like a revolution with the androids. So if I abort that mission, do I just not at all start that revolution at all, and I'm going down a completely different path, or is it like the Telltale games where you end up going back to the mainstream and
you branch all the way out here, and then no matter which way you go, you end up here.
Right. And
it's game over.
Yeah, it's credits. Okay. Credits.
Take care, everybody.
This is too hard. But and they were showing like, it looked like when you get to the point of decision making, they show like a first person view and like 3 different things that you can do with a little bit of a preview of what would happen if you chose A, B, or C. Right. And it really looked like 3 very, distinctly different things. Oh, yeah, and how much does it actually branch? Yeah. So I talked about Beyond Two Souls in this game. I thought that on this podcast before, I thought it was fine. I loved Heavy Rain. I loved Indigo Prophecy. So I'm hoping this is like kind of a return to form for them, and I'm sure this is gonna be awesome. Really good.
So what do we think of PSX? Maybe a release date, probably, or at least a more window, because that's December now. I mean, that'd be later this year. That's usually when that is. That's my guess now, because that's a very Sony hardcore Sony game. So I could see maybe PSX releasing
probably
some type of window maybe for it. Maybe who fucking knows. After that, showed up some new Destiny 2 footage coming September 6th.
Yeah.
Destiny people are excited, I'm sure.
Go find Destiny coverage if you care, because none of us care.
Like I said, it looks cool.
I'm pretty sure I played it the most out of anyone at this table. Yeah. I don't care.
Like I said, the vanilla Destiny turned me off so much. Like, I'm going to kind of wait and see and go from there.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, like, the big thing that ended up turning me off of Destiny was the whole raid system. The fact that you had to have a party of 6 people to start the goddamn raid. And if they had in the first one what they're putting in this one, where you can just go to a lobby and it'll form a party for you to go do the raid, I might be more interested. I might have stuck with Destiny longer, but those raids still involve a lot of communication with people.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't want to communicate with people I don't know. I barely want to communicate with you guys.
I know. We know that.
I know.
And then after that, got the final game of the show, Spider-Man 2018. Holy fuck. That looked awesome. That looks so freaking good.
Unbelievably pretty. The fighting looked ripped right out of Arkham, which is fine. Even like a
little spin to it though.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're Spider-Man, so I mean, you have a lot more. You had a lot more verticality and like there was.
Oh my god,
there had to be like 20 different things he did with his web. Yeah, so, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, that was so awesome.
And like even at this port, like before you start really fighting, he's like up in the rafters of that like the construction the building being constructed, and he's doing like the triangle for takedown. That's like again straight out of Arkham, but man, like I felt like every single time he took, like in the demo, every single time he took an enemy down, it was different.
Yeah.
And it looked like a ton of fun.
Oh, God,
like,
yeah. I mean, even through like the quick time events, like that's going on with the crane, trying to slam into the buildings, you're trying to stop it and stuff. Even all that, like seems intense and really cool. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, and you mentioned like the little off like the cuff comments he's making, like come on. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like the
like,
one,
come on,
like
you
the
can
one
do this.
piece falling off, you're trying to catch it. Come on, I can do this. And like that was hilarious.
Yeah.
That's just the attention to details on that is awesome. I mean, it looked amazing. It played amazing. Oh my god!
He again, like it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard to figure out like how much of that stuff you can do all the time, or how much happens in those like the scripted events. Like when you're going through that building, it's kind of collapsing around you, and you're just like running, and he's jumping over stuff and sliding through stuff and going through holes and flying through this whole area, like and. It looked unbelievable. Yeah. And it felt like the old Spider-Man games that I loved. Man, like I am so geeked up for that game, and I cannot believe that's an exclusive game.
Yeah.
So I was driving over here when they showed the video for that. So did they just show the gameplay video? Or did they talk about anything with the game?
They didn't talk about anything.
It was the last part of the video.
Do you guys? Is there any idea of like, is there a main villain, or is it like an Arkham game where there was like a series of villains?
I'm gonna guess a series, just because of kind of like the way it was going. So like this, you're actually helping Fisk with his stuff, and then there was a villain of the demons that you were taking care of and like checking out. So I'm thinking there's multiple. I'm definitely gonna say there's. I'm thinking it's gonna be kind of like Arkham City, where you're jumping to different areas and then you're fighting different villains in the different areas and everything. I'm kind of hoping it's like that. I would like a more diverse cast of villains, and because I think that's a reason why why am I going to go all the way across this side of the city? Oh, this is where Electro is. Oh, but Rhino's in the other side of the city tearing shit up. I got to go over there to take care of Rhino and stuff like that. Like, that would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't know what the minute-by-minute gameplay is.
No,
like, what do you do in between those big set pieces, and how does it all work? But
I'm guessing open world.
I'm going
to assume open world, GTA kind of style.
Right, but like, what are you doing when you're not selecting a mission? You know what I mean?
Swinging between buildings.
Saving random citizens. Well, oh my god, yeah. Jesus. But helping random citizens.
Yeah.
Like if you see a crime chase, you can go join in and stuff. I think it's gonna be stuff like that.
Because they did have someone in your ear, and I didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
So like they had someone in your ear kind of like, hey, there's a on a police scanner they said, this and this street.
Yeah.
Go see what's happening. So
is it? I should probably get closer to the mic. Is it? I mean. Are you Spider-Man the whole time, or at some point are you Peter Parker doing your day-to-day job?
They also hinted at Miles Morales at the end of it.
Who the fuck is that?
New Spider-Man.
That's the new Spider-Man. Yeah.
Comic books for dummies here.
That's right. Well, now he's right inside with Peter Parker in the universe currently now.
I don't even know.
It's confusing.
I haven't read those yet.
But they hinted towards Miles Morales, so I'm assuming, okay, at some point, I think you're going to be able to play as not just...
At some point, you're going to have Spider-Man.
You're right. Which would be awesome. It was kind of like the Spider-Verse, because like I read the whole Spider-Verse comics, and it was
then you
amazing.
encounter a villain called the Exterminator.
How have they not done that yet?
That would have been like one of the early on ones.
You would think, yeah.
He just has
his poison gas.
Giant elaborate traps.
But yeah,
he got one of those perfume guns like Rick Martel used to have.
But that looked even better than I hoped it would.
Yeah, I was really hoping that they were going to have a big highlight on that, and they did.
I was getting worried there. I was like, oh, are they going to show it or not? Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, that being said, like, speaking of no shows, Death Stranding didn't show what they said they wouldn't.
I was like, Kojima said no, which is good.
Which is fine. No problems there.
Stop showing.
Last of Us 2 didn't show, also fine.
Not surprising.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that, because when they showed the last time, they said this is in super early development.
Exactly. He emphasized
don't expect this anytime soon.
No, he emphasized that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was cool when they announced it, but like not actually having anything new, I thought was interesting. They didn't have a ton of new stuff. I mean, all said and done, like.
Yeah, the biggest thing was like the VR stuff. I think
VR was huge this
which
time.
It had to be.
Oh, absolutely.
If they didn't come out big in support of VR, you're essentially signaling the death of that thing right away.
Which I'm so happy they did.
The Horizon DLC.
Yep.
Monster Hunter World.
Yep.
Are you going through the stuff we didn't know about before?
Yeah. I mean, the VR stuff.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus, but that's not new.
Right. That's true.
Yep.
That's about it, right? Yeah.
That's it. And like you said, there wasn't a lot of dates on there, which is discouraging. That's like Sony's new thing, the 3 years ago they had a Shenmue 3 and Final Fantasy 7 remake, and
right.
There was a third one in there somewhere too.
I think the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer was shown
right.
at that time.
So it was just like none of this. I mean, none of it's seen a light of day yet. Like we don't even know. We don't even know what's going on with Shenmue 3. Final Fantasy 7's gone back to the original and gone in the house with Square Enix. So I guess it's anarchy.
They said both of those are 3 years off. Shenmue 3 was just delayed a whole year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
so
it's just like
actually, I was surprised we didn't get into Yakuza.
I don't know if it's the market for it. But
Kiwami's coming out in August, the remake of the remaster of 1, and then 6 is coming out early 2018. I'm just saying, just to fill in some more time though. Like they didn't show much. Like at all.
It only ran like what, an hour?
Just over an hour, which is insane. Like I was saying, like that's insane. Yeah. Usually these are at least an hour and a half at least. So like, how do we not get some because there's a lot of people that want Yakuza and stuff. So why wouldn't you just show those? Like just new trailers for them, like just to remind people, hey. This is coming out in August. This is coming out early 2018. Just quick little, minute trailers for each of them.
Right.
Kind of things. You could have fit those in here.
Well, it's the other thing, like, judging from what you've written down there, it doesn't sound like they did one of the patented indie montages.
No, they didn't show any
the patented Sony indie montage where they show pictures and no names on shit.
They had a pre-show where they showed some different stuff on there.
I know, before...
But look, everyone's watching that, though.
But before the thing kicked off, I know I saw a bunch of... like announcements of trailers and shit start popping up on Twitter. And
I guess
Knack 2 showed up there. And
Knack 2 was on there. Gran Turismo 2, Gran Turismo Sport was on there. Like I am shocked that wasn't in this conference.
But that's the thing. How do you not have that stuff? Like okay, Nino Kuni 2, fine. I get that, fine. But like Gran Turismo, Knack 2, how do you not have that during the conference? Because not many people are tuning in beforehand. Everyone knows conference starts at 8. Okay. 7:55. Let me log in and get ready to start. Like that's. I mean, we logged in 10 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
Like
Knack 2 has a huge uphill climb. Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo
is like one of the biggest selling franchises of all time.
Yeah.
So like, not getting people hyped for that seems kind of interesting to me.
Well, to me that means Gran Turismo is not coming out this year too.
No.
Like maybe I don't know if that. I didn't watch that trailer.
No,
maybe
it said
2017.
It said 2017. It said 2017. That was it though.
I still highly doubt it.
And everything with Sony gets delayed anyway. So who the hell knows?
Right.
So
for VR people, this was a fantastic conference.
100%.
For VR people, because for me, the highlight was Spider-Man and the VR.
Yeah, the VR stuff is great. In terms of the newest stuff that they showed, the VR stuff was great. I mean, I got more hype for the stuff I already knew about, but I already knew about it.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm amplifying what I feel about the games I really want to play.
Yeah.
But like, I would have loved to have one or two. I mean, I can't make games in development. I can't wish for something that doesn't exist.
Right.
I guess I can, but I can't want something that I can't feel obliged to see something that doesn't exist. Right. So like,
I was saying you said want there. I'm like, you can absolutely want something that doesn't exist.
I want.
Yeah.
I want to win that lottery a couple days ago. It didn't happen.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But yeah, I mean, I
don't know.
That being said, though, there are still more games in this conference that I want to play than any other conference. So, but I already knew I wanted to play those.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's so what I saw of the conference and what I got from what you guys wrote down by the time I got here.
Yeah,
it seemed very underwhelming.
But the stuff
that's the thing. Like I know what you're gonna say. It's like it's the stuff they showed though was very good. It's really good. Yeah. We're really excited for these games and everything, which I agree. Again though, we don't have dates on a lot of these, or a lot of these are still not coming out till next year.
Yep.
So this is gonna be another small little fall for them. Like it's gonna be very light again, like in terms of their exclusive stuff. But just the amount that was like the fact that it was only about an hour. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm used to an hour and a half for the major conferences, the major companies, an hour and a half at least. So and I use on my sheet of paper here, I double spaced the games, and that's all I have. We're like, again, I understand what you guys are saying about Microsoft, but for Microsoft, I want single space. Look at this. I fill this fucking bad boy up. This and half it over here too. Like, I mean, it was just like the amount they showed. Again, I understand.
And the whole, and Microsoft talked about the whole like 44 games and like 20 something exclusives.
It was 42 games and 22 exclusives, like and stuff like that. Where this is like, okay, yeah, you showed some good stuff, and like I'm excited for a lot of this stuff too. But this was it. Like, why didn't you show me more that's coming out this year?
Well,
too.
It's like. So a lot of the stuff they showed here we saw last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And last year when we saw it, it was the first time we saw it. It was all brand new. It was shiny. We had all the hype behind it. Now this year they're showing it to us again, and I don't feel like they showed a whole lot new.
That is the only, like I said, everything they showed.
And when I say new, I mean like not necessarily like
unknown
new properties. I mean like even the footage they showed, there was nothing like mind-blowingly that we didn't expect there. It was all stuff that we've seen. We kind of expect, okay, good to see it. This is still in the works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there was no like, oh my god, that's awesome type moment for me from Sony.
Yeah. I said, like, the games that they showed, like I said a minute ago, like, I am super pumped for most of those games that they put out there. Like, and like I said, I don't have a VR, so I'm gonna eliminate that. But
like, for me, it's the VR stuff. I am super pumped for all the VR
Uncharted.
Stuff.
I'll take I'll take anything Uncharted I can possibly
Uncharted, I'll play.
I loved Horizon. I'm excited for that. Days Gone. I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't care about Monster Hunter. Shadow of the Colossus. I already played that twice. Marvel's Capcom Infinity is cool. Call of Duty I'll get at some point. Let's get the VR stuff.
Keep going.
God of War again. I already knew I was super pumped for that, but I'm extremely pumped for that.
Yeah.
Detroit looks awesome. I love that kind of game. So and that looks even more expansive than anything that's been put out like that before.
And granted, I'll have to go back and watch the video, but from what you guys have told me, the fact that they didn't show anything like new that we didn't already know about Detroit, that's frustrating to me.
I mean, they showed new characters.
Yeah,
but I think the stuff they showed was new. Was all new footage.
Right.
But
there was no new mechanics.
No. It was like, here,
like
take or like, she held out something. I forget what it was. It was a bomb or whatever. And he's like, take or refuse. Like, we already knew we could do stuff like that.
I'm not taking your fucking bomb.
And we knew they could venture off into different things.
The only new thing was like when you could see like the different paths. Like you can see like A, B,
C.
Yeah, that was the only thing that was like different.
I feel like they showed that last year though, in the scene where they were on the roof.
But they didn't actually show like, I mean,
it was like a wireframe of like a couple.
Like you
different
can see
things
you can see a preview of what like your three choices would be. But I don't think they had that in the
I think
they did the scene on the roof where the guy was like threatening to jump.
Yeah. They might.
I think they showed that. They showed like your options and like kind of like a freeze frame of what the next step was.
Yeah, they might have something like that. Maybe not exactly like what the way they showed it.
That wireframe I've definitely not seen before. But I think maybe you're right. Maybe it's kind of changed the way they portray to the player.
And like even though like you said they're showing us games that you want to play, and you don't necessarily need more like. Detroit, it's one of those things like, yes, we know some stuff already, but it's with it being a new IP and a new idea, we don't know so much, and something more would have been great on that.
Yeah.
And a date would have been fucking huge, and I'm not just saying that because I put it in my predictions.
But like for me, like when I know I'm gonna play a game, I go radio silent on it. Like this, and same with movies, wherever it is. Like I can avoid any kind of social media, just like I'm without an issue. Like. A lot of stuff I didn't want to see because I was already sold on God of War. I was already sold on Spider-Man. It wasn't even a thing yet. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I kind of felt like I got more than I wanted almost because I already knew I wanted these things. So, I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, all be all, like I said, there's still more games I want to play out of this conference than any other one. But I already knew I wanted to play those games going into it, you know? And so it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not excited for anything new, basically. Yeah. Like, I mean, like I said, this VR stuff for me is huge. But again, we didn't get dates on any of that VR stuff, so God knows.
I'm going to comb through Twitter when I wake tomorrow. Yeah, it's midnight.
But I mean, but everything else is like, I don't know. It's just like I wanted more for this year. Like I want to know what else is coming out this year, basically. And
I want to know what else is coming out this year, and I want to see like last year they did a great job of showing all the stuff they have in the works. Mm-hmm. After this push of all this stuff they showed us last year, which they reiterated this year, then what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good question.
Well, I guess that's probably what PSX should be then.
That's Bloodborne and 2 that didn't get announced.
I still can't believe they didn't show that.
I don't mean that even be a thing because From Software doesn't even make those games anymore. I don't know. I might have miscalculated.
We'll see.
Any final thoughts here on Sony's E3 2017 press conference?
No.
For me, I was underwhelmed only because of the amount. Yeah. I wanted them to show more. I mean, what they showed is great. I'm excited. VR stuff. Spider-Man.
Granted, I missed a big chunk of this. The fact that they didn't talk seemingly at all about PS4 Pro.
Well, at one point they like switched over, like you said, like they had like a switch over, whereas like we're going into the PS4 Pro, like everything is, but they like alluded to it as opposed to being like
because they showed Pro. They showed basically like a little montage of both systems like spinning around and stuff, and then like it spun around, it went to the Pro, and then went inside the Pro, and then that's when the God of War trailer started.
Right.
And then everything from that on was Pro related.
Right.
Basically, like what they're showing was being showed on the Pro. You can assume.
And
again, they didn't say it, but you could assume because of the way how they handled that.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like, do they just know that spec wise they're so beat down by Scorpio, or is it not worth mentioning at this point because they've already said their piece on it and they're saying go about their business? Or?
I mean, they mentioned Pro a couple times. Like when he was out there, the couple times the guy I forget his
Sean
name.
Layden.
Yeah, when he was out there talking, he did mention the Pro both times he was out there talking. So he did say the Pro. So I mean, they are acknowledging it.
Yeah,
but just not to the extent of what Xbox was because they're brand new one.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
But it's one of those things. Like I'm surprised they didn't like make more of an effort to say like, hey, we have 4K games too.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, they mentioned something about like the future of 4K gaming. I don't remember. I don't remember. I mean, it wasn't a big hit, obviously, because I don't remember what happened. But
their trailers for these games aren't even in 4K on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like that tells you something too.
Yeah,
like,
only Microsoft has stuff in 4K.
Yeah, because the Microsoft ones are.
I know. It's interesting.
I don't know.
We're on the precipice of a new horizon for all this stuff. So it's pretty interesting to see where everything's happening going forward. Like I said, we're looking at iterations of consoles we never had before and all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even with our complaints and everything like that, we still got a lot of great games coming out this year.
There's a ton of stuff.
There's a ton of stuff coming out, and I'm excited.
All right, no, that's it. We all got for the PlayStation.
That's it.
So thank you for joining us. This is our third of 3, so we're finally done. Press conference recaps. So we did one for Sony, we did one for Microsoft, did one for the third parties, which was EA, Ubisoft, and Bethesda. Check those out. Like, comment, tell us what you think, tell us what you're excited for. Let us know. We will be posting this up in audio form on Tuesday after this last press conference on Sunday, which is the 13th, I think. And then video eventually when it finally all goes up. So
it'll come.
After Steak's hard work, he will have it up as soon as he possibly can.
Yeah, but all our live reactions are up currently up on YouTube, so go check those out.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good one, Steakheads.